What's up, YouTube family, and welcome to another edition of the weekly pregnancy update featuring me, the pregnant lady, Leslie. So this week we are on week number 19 and things are pretty much the same as far as how I'm feeling physically. Well, I say that, but then I want to talk about something. But as far as I'm feeling physically, as far as my physical health, I'm pretty much feeling the same. My sickness, sinus stuff that I had going on is pretty much gone now, which is a huge thumbs up for that, because I've been sick since before Thanksgiving, but now I'm pretty good. This past week we got back into our full routine of preschool work. Well, I said preschool and work, and just getting up, getting Paisley out the door, and unless I get a full-time job. Prayers on that. But so I take Paisley to preschool, then I come home, maybe do 1-2 little things around the house, and then I get myself in the bed for about an hour and a half. And let me just tell you, that hour and a half nap that I get during the day, mid-morning, is the best sleep that I get, because it's just me, the dogs, a dark, quiet room in a quiet house, all snuggled up together in the bed. It's like I couldn't ask for anything better. So after my naps, I've been getting up, obviously, even though I would like to stay in the bed, but there's things to do, and I dedicate about an hour to going through stuff in Henry's room to clean out, organize it, because let me just tell you something. We've been in this house for almost 9 years. June will be 9 years. So you can imagine 9 years worth of living in one place. And that room, which is going to be Henry's room, has always been computer/guest room, and kind of our like catch-all type of a room. And that closet has been like a catch-all type of a closet too, because we don't have very much closet storage space in this house. So it's just going to take some time, and thankfully the hour to hour and a half I do dedicate during the day, it doesn't seem like it would be a lot, but since I'm here by myself and I can focus on what I need to focus on, it goes really fast. I try not to expect myself to do more than one thing at a time. So my to-do list, I have like one thing to do at a time, and I end up doing 2 to 3 things, which is really nice. But I'm learning not to overdo it. That's another thing. Like I'm not as fast or energetic or capable of doing things around the house that like I used to be, and that's okay. That's what I tell myself, that's okay. But to some extent it does get frustrating, because I know before pregnancy I was able to do so much more, and it's just taking me that much longer to do things because I can't really lift anything. If I do, then my back's hurting. If I'm on the floor sitting, my back's hurting. I can't get up and down because then my back's hurting, and it's just a lot of work while I'm working. So I have to like pace myself. And so that's what I'm learning to do. On top of this week and getting back into the routine and my new weekly schedule of dropping Paisley off at preschool, going to sleep, doing some work around the house, it's been kind of an emotional week. I don't know if this is typically when the pregnancy hormones are kicking back in, because as you know from my previous update, first trimester, I was super cranktified and rare, getting on, jumping on Paisley and Daniel for the smallest things. Well, here I am again. I have zero patience always, and it's getting harder to kind of like keep it under wraps. So I'm trying really, really hard to remain positive and happy, but it's not working too well. And then on top of my crankiness, I'll just start crying. Not just out of the blue. I mean, I guess it is kind of out of the blue. Like this morning, Paisley was sitting in her rocking chair that used to be mine when I was a little girl. She was just sitting there rocking away, watching her TV show, and I looked over at her and I just started crying. Because that used to be my rocking chair that I used to sit in and rock. And then now here we are almost 30 years later, and she's doing that exact same thing that I was doing when I was around her age. So anyways, it's just so emotional. So hopefully this will not bleed over into the real world, because how embarrassing is that, to just cry for no reason at all and not have any control over it? Well, guess what? That's what pregnancy is. So I hope it doesn't make you uncomfortable, because it makes me uncomfortable well, it's ridiculous. These hormones are crazy. I just don't want to be that crying pregnant lady, or the mean pregnant lady. I almost said another word, but I'm not going to. So all in all, I guess that's my update for oh no, here's something else. See, I almost forgot. That was something else I was going to bring up too. Forgetfulness. This week I've become more forgetful. Actually, no, it started a few weeks ago, becoming more forgetful. Just like over small things, like routine type things that I should know to do instinctively, but then I forget. And so that's kind of frustrating. So be praying for us, because Daniel's already forgetful in his normal nature of a state. So anyways, now we have two forgetful people in this house, and one of us needs to not be forgetful. I'm looking at you, Daniel. Step it up. So let's see, forgetful. Dang it, I was going to say something else. As far as my food cravings go, I don't know. I'm still like in this weird phase of not really having a food craving. Really, I'm just not craving food at all. I get hungry and I know I need to eat, but I'm just like, eh. As before, I was like, I want to eat, and I could tell you what I wanted to eat, or somewhere in the ballpark area of I would like to have this category of food. Now I'm just like, food is just energy. That's really all that it is at this point in time. So maybe that will change too. And this week, a big update too. I have started to feel Henry move around, do whatever he does in there. I guess swim around, do his acrobats, his kickboxing, whatever that may be. It was one night this week, and actually I was laying on my right side, and I felt kind of like paintbrush type strokes on the inside of my belly. Not necessarily butterfly flutters that people usually talk about, but it kind of felt like a paintbrush on the inside. So that was like the first definite feelings that I had. I think that I felt him a couple of weeks before, but it was kind of hard to tell. But I can feel him more and more, not only with the butterfly flutters and maybe the paintbrush strokes, but Also too, it kind of feels like bubble popping, and actually tonight I felt like a jab and it kind of like it hurt for a split second, so I'm not really looking forward to what's to come in the next few weeks, because if that one hurt, you know, just very briefly, then what is to come? Like, is this going to be like a Hulk baby with like powerful strength? As I say, sissy strength, because Sissy is really strong. I don't know, it's been weird with that one little like jab. Other than that, it's just very occasionally throughout the day, nothing like big or whatever, just very faint movements. Well, I guess that's it for this week on my week 19 pregnancy update. I would do a recap of everything that I said, but you know what? I can tell you this, I am forgetful and I do not remember them all. And so I guess next week I will see you back here, same time, same place, and I look forward to our time together. And thank you for joining me, and I hope that you have a great and blessed week. And thank you for joining along as baby Henry continues to grow and grow and grow, and I continue to share what that's like with you. But anyways, y'all have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.